Well, good morning and welcome to a BBC News Facebook live from Skipton Railway Station in North Yorkshire. And what is a very special day for steam enthusiasts across the UK. This is the first time since 1968 that a timetabled steam service has operated on the rail network in England. The first service out this morning was the 8:25 from Appleby. It's terminated here at Skipton, and what's happening now is that Tornado, the steam engine which is pulling this train, is now coming and turning around. I can hear it coming behind me. Let's have a look at it as it comes through. So this is the steam engine that's pulling the services today. Built in 2008, she's only 9 years old, but she's an exact replica of an A1 Pacific Peppercorn class steam engine. And that is what people have flocked here to see today. She'll go on up the track a bit, she'll then come back and then link on to the train behind us here. Yeah. And as you can see, there are hundreds of people waiting on here at the moment to watch this steam engine, to watch Tornado come through. And I know there's people watching from all around the world today for this service. As somebody said to me on the train a few minutes ago, it's one of the things that Britain is famous for. It's engineering, it's steam trains. We have people watching in Manipur in India. Good morning to you, Thoiby, joining us from there. And over the next 3 days, this steam engine and these coaches will be operating a scheduled timetabled service up and down this line. And what it means is that you can ride on one of these trains for whatever the regular price is on the train. So for example, there's a special excursion going up this line in a few weeks' time, pulled by the Flying Scotsman steam engine, and that costs £220 a ticket. Whereas today, you can ride up and down the Settle to Carlisle line if you're an adult between Skipton and Appleby for something like £17.70 return. If you've got a rail card, you get a discount. This is a bargain for steam and rail enthusiasts across the UK. The steam engine, Tornado, is coming back towards us now, so let's watch her as she comes in to be coupled on. 2008. This is only 9 years old, this steam engine, but it was a replica built to do exactly this sort of thing, to do excursions, to run special services. With its I Love Settle and Carlisle plate there on the tender. There you go. So he's pulled up to the train and he's just going to roll onto the coaches. And there you go. I must say the driver here has been particularly friendly today, waving at people, saying good morning, talking to people as they watch. So this service is about to depart in about 10 or 15 minutes' time. If you've got any questions, please do message us here on the BBC News Facebook site. We'll do our best to answer them. I'm afraid we'll have to be off, though, by about 10:35 local time this morning. So that's about 14 or 15 minutes' time. We'll have to disappear because we've got to hop back on the train for the return service. But if you've got any questions, do ask us. We'll do our best to answer. Now what everybody comes here to see is the sights and sounds of this train. Let's have a walk along the platform if we can. So there you go, you've got the steam engine. If we swing round, you'll see the coaches behind us here and all the people. We'll walk through. We have to be a little bit careful because I'm connected to the camera by a wire, but let's just have a little look through. to see.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Well,
get
a
you.
second. No, you're fine. Don't worry. The joys of live Facebooking. So let's just have a quick wander back down. So what you have here is the back of the steam engine, and we'll just come and stand here. Will this be a regular service from Settle to Carlisle? One of the questions just there. No, it's only a 3-day event, a special event for people who are steam enthusiasts. But the special thing about today is that it's replacing timetabled services. So these are trains that are scheduled to run, and they are on the timetable. It means you can buy a ticket for them for the same price as a normal trip, and it's going to run for the next 3 days on the Settle to Carlisle line. But what is interesting and important about it is that this is an experiment. This is a first in 49 years. And so you have a test, if you like, to see just how popular this service is going to be over the next few days. If it is popular, if it is a success, there's every chance there'll be more of them, but not necessarily here on the Settle to Carlisle line in northern England. It could go to other parts of the country as well. And that's what these enthusiasts are hoping, that it just isn't a first. This is something that may come out in the future as being a more popular service. The train is only 9 years old. I'd love to show you the face of the train, but we can't get beyond it because the steam engine is parked slightly proud of the platform. So what we can't do is walk down the front and get the train face on because it's beyond the platform. All the coaches are in the platform. What you have here is this red and cream coach. This is like the support coach for all the crew and the people, the engineers that make this train work. They're all in that one there. And then there's 7 or 8 greeny, bluey carriages here, which are sold out for this trip, which go all the way back up the platform. And they are sold out today for this service, the 1044 from Skipton up to Appleby. Are they coming to London as well? No, they're not coming to London, I'm afraid, yet. But there was a steam engine running out. This very steam engine was running out of Victoria Station at the weekend on a special excursion to Shrewsbury and back. But that's really only where you see steam engines on the rail network at the moment. Excursion trains that people pay a handsome premium to travel on. So you could pay £150 here in the UK for a ticket to travel on one of these trains for the privilege of being pulled by a steam engine. Whereas today, to ride on a steam train, it costs you a tenth of that price, maybe 10, 15, 20 pounds. Less if you're a child, less if you've got a special rail card. It's not going to arrive in Carlisle. Somebody's just asking its arrival time in Carlisle. It's only running Skipton to Appleby. This popular railway line has been severed by a landslide for the last year or so. And the whole reason this service is being laid on is to give this line a boost, to help people who are living along it to get some more business back, because there's been no through trains, and it's not until the end of March that the through trains go all the way from Settle to Carlisle again. So this train will terminate at Appleby today. Let's go and have a look at the train again. Go and have a look at the engine. Let's see the people crowded around it. That is how popular this steam engine is. Everybody gathered around, taking pictures, having a look, trying to get a view of this lovely steam engine. Built in Doncaster in 2008. Yes, that is correct. I haven't got my dates wrong. This is a modern replica of a steam engine. It's everything a steam engine was back in the day, but it's a modern remake, which makes this one arguably more reliable to pull these services because it's newer and it doesn't take such a battering when it goes along. So let's see if we can just maybe work our way down the platform a little bit to see if we can get a better view of the engine from down here. Let's have a look around here. Always a chance that we might be able to get on the footplate, but I'm not sure if we will. We had a go on it in London recently and we'll see if we can. Oh, it's just rolling forward slightly. The engine does have a name. Simon, good morning. It's called Tornado. It's named after the Tornado aircraft. which flew from the airbase nearest to Darlington back when this train was being built. That's why it's named Tornado. So it's named after an aircraft. It's an A1 Peppercorn class locomotive, and at times they have RAF engineers working on it. When I was in London with it a little earlier on in the week, there was an RAF officer helping maintain it and look after it. So it has very close association. It was built in Doncaster in 2008, so it's only 9 years old. And it has to go through various tests to make sure that it's track worthy. So every time it goes out on the main line, it needs 3 hours of testing to make sure that it's safe to go out on the railway. It is very rigorously tested before it goes anywhere.
Seen the flag, British flag like that.
It's great to hear your messages from all around the world. Lots of you commenting on just the sound of this steam engine, and that is the thing that attracts people. That is why people come out in their hundreds, their thousands. They line the route of this trip today. We saw people standing in the middle of nowhere in fields just to get the sight and sound of a steam engine. Somebody just messaged in from San Diego in California. Good morning to you, Mary. Saying that just likes the sound of this steam engine. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to be quiet for a few seconds so you can take that sound in. That's our driver. Now he's a driver that usually drives trains which are diesels on this line. So they have to have a driver on this steam engine that usually works this line who is familiar with it. And that's what that man there does. So as well as him, there's a fireman on board. Let's see, I think they might be stoking the fire. Let's just see if we can have a look at them stoking the fire there. So there's your fireman. He's stoking the fire to make sure the engine is at peak condition so it can work this return journey. He will have shoveled several tons of coal by the end of this trip today. Probably maybe 5-6 tons of coal. It is a back-breaking, demanding job that the fireman does. Look, I hope you've enjoyed that insight into this very special service. If you want any further coverage, keep watching BBC News. Keep watching us online today. We'll have updates of the day's progress and what's happening and what's going on this historic day for British Railways. The first service since 1968 on the line, doing its thing. Keep watching the BBC News website for some different pictures as the day goes on. Thanks for watching.